exciting episode of your daily Top 7 at 7. I am your host, Virtual Kane, and today is the 5th of March, 2017. Happy birthday to you, somebody in this room. All right, we're going to skip past that. If you guys have not already done so, put your name in the comments. We have Sick Puppies, Devour the Day, and Fallen Theory coming tomorrow. That's right, Monday night at the historic Ashland Armory in Ashland, Oregon. We have had a bunch of winners. We're glad to get you guys some tickets out. But today is the last day, so if you want to get some tickets, put your name in the comment, and we shall take the very first person to do so and get you some tickets. All right, you guys, let's jump into the news. Over 40,000 displaced from Mosul in a week as Iraqi forces near Old City. More than 40,000 people have been displaced in the last week from the Iraqi city of Mosul, where U.S.-backed forces launched a fresh push towards the Islamic State-held Old City Center on Sunday and closed in on the main government complex. Well, let's hope these people can, get to some reasonable accommodations. It doesn't say whether the 40,000 are, from the Islamic State or if they're from, the Iraqi forces. So, lots to consider here. Netanyahu to meet Putin says Iran seeks permanent foothold in Syria. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he would meet Russian President Vladimir Putin on Moscow on Thursday to voice opposition to what the Israeli leader charged were Iran's attempts to establish a permanent military foothold in Syria. Now, I'm pretty sure Benjamin Netanyahu is from Israel. So I'm wondering, does Syria's proximity to Israel give him that sort of apprehension over what Iran could possibly do? Stuff to think about. France's Fillon makes no promises to stay as party fights for electoral survival. Usually we skip over the news, but I just thought I would put this out here. Fillon has been dragged through the dirt pretty horribly over the last few months. And so I think it's funny that he delivered a defiant speech to thousands of supporters in central Paris on Sunday, but made no pledge to fight on, as pressure from his conservative party mounted on him to step aside. So, apparently he just went out, talked some trash, dropped the mic, and walked off. Macau legislators at China's parliament ask Kim Jong-un. The killing of the estranged half-brother of North Korea's leader, who had been living in the Chinese territory of Macau, may be top news around the world, but for some Macadese legislatures at China's parliament, it's more of a case of Kim Jong-un. Interesting story there. I guess he was able to slip in under the radar rather well. Oh, here we go again. China to strengthen defenses, no word on budget. China pledged more support for its military state on Sunday, including strengthening maritime and air defenses as it takes steps to safeguard its sovereignty. But in a highly unusual move, did not give spending figures for 2017, despite promises of transparency. You know what? People? This makes me sick. I don't know who you are, but I'm sick of China being baited against the U.S., okay? I even went through and I looked at what this is to see just exactly what's going on. So there was a report from the parliament spokeswoman Fu Ying, who said that defense spending would rise about 7%. However, through the rest of the article, we find that China is being incredibly tight-lipped about all this. They don't want to say why they're doing it or what they're doing it for or how they're doing it at all. And I think that is because, if I had to think about it logically, I would think that, here we go. where was the one quote? Here we go. It's not that the government says it must not be made transparent. The man on the street believes that if it is said out loud, it could influence national security. Okay, so that's a funny face. So anyhow, it really just seems like a classic a classic case of China baiting. So I'm sorry, China, that there are people out there that are just so keen on you causing the U.S. destruction. And I'm glad that you're not buying into it, because it seems like it's actually quite ridiculous. So if anybody else wants to take a look into this, I think you're going to notice too that there is an insidious plan on behalf of the media to get China to attack the U.S. So if that is the case, which it truly feels like it is, if you find yourself in a position to curb such nonsense, feel free to do so. And especially if it's legal for you to do that. I'm not about halting the progress of news. I believe that we need as much information as we can. However, I do believe that we don't need some idiot baiting China to attack us. Okay? So that's it. That's all I got to say. Syrian pilot whose plane crashed in Turkey says aircraft shot down en route to Idlib. A Syrian Air Force pilot who bailed out as his warplane crashed on Turkish territory told a Turkish rescue team his MiG-23 had been shot down. Turkey's state-run Anadolu news agency reported on Sunday. So, lots of stuff between Israel, Syria, Turkey, and this whole little area right here. Turkey's Erdogan compares German behavior with Nazi period. That's rich. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan accused Germany on Sunday of fascist actions reminiscent of Nazi times in a growing row over the cancellation of political rallies aimed at drumming up support for him among the 1.5 million Turks living in Germany. Okay, brother, here's something you need to understand. You are the president of Turkey. You're the president of Turkey. 1.5 million Turks have left your country to go to Germany. And now you're mad at Germany for not letting you hold rallies to get these people back? No, you should be mad at yourself for letting them go in the first place. All right? It's on you, not on Germany. Oh my God, people. And you call yourselves world leaders. UK needs financial reserves in the bank for Brexit, according to British Finance Minister Philip Hammond. It seems pretty logical, guys. And in more news in Germany, Germany's Social Democrats, the Greens, press for same-sex marriage. So, nearly 1,300 rescued migrants arrive in Sicily over the weekend. Almost 1,300 migrants arrived in Sicily on rescue ships over the weekend after crossing the Mediterranean, while a 16-year-old boy died on one of the ships, Italy's Coast Guard said. So, out of those 1,300 people who did arrive and survived, I don't think it's safe to say that they survived unscathed. It's kind of sad. So you guys, that's it for the news. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and listen. I really appreciate the fact that more and more people are beginning to care about what's happening around the world instead of just letting it happen while their noses are buried in the sand. So, as you can see, our Twitter's still not back. But I promise that until our Twitter does come back, we're going to go ahead and check out the Billboard Top 7. So looks like we have Touch by Little Mix coming in at number 1. Treat You Better by Shawn Mendes at number 2. September Song by J.P. Cooper at number 3. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. Hold On by Chord Overstreet. And number 6 is 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. And number 7 is Pure Comedy by Father John Misty. Never heard of him. Okay, guys, so remember, that's your daily Billboard. This is not the weekly, so things vary throughout the day wildly. So if you want more accurate, go to Billboard and check it out. This is the top trending 100, or 140, I should say. But we only care about the top 7, because this is your daily top 7 at 7, isn't it? Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is going to be the greatest concert of the year. Well, at least the greatest concert of March. So come on down. I hope you guys enjoy it. It is starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So if you're in the Southern Oregon area and you haven't already won tickets, come on down. The tickets are not expensive at all. That's one of the things that you can always guarantee when you see the K&K promotions. Sorry, I had to make sure my camera's still going. When you see K&K promotions, which is that symbol right there, when you see them, here's actually the poster for it. I made it myself. So anyway, yeah, when you see that K&K symbol, that's how you know you're going to get a very good show at a very low price. You know, we're all dirt poor out here. We barely have, everything running smoothly. I probably shouldn't say that, but you know what? Hey, we're just like you guys. We're not super rich and super famous, and we don't have Bentleys, and we don't have California phone numbers. We're just people like you who want to see some really cool rock, and we don't want to have to get charged an arm and a leg for it. So we feel like if I don't want to have to pay that price, why should you? So come on down, enjoy the exorbitantly low price of tickets, and have fun at the show. So you guys, thank you for coming. I appreciate seeing all of your beautiful smiling faces. Remember, sick puppies, devour the day, and special opener Fallen Theory. That's right. All right, guys. See you soon. Or actually, this has been your daily Top 7 at 7. I am your host, Virtual Kane, and I will see you tomorrow.